Today we're going to do some work on the 2007 Saturn Vue. You've seen this car in some of our other videos. We've had this for like 9 years. We had 149,000 on it when we got it. It's got 353,000 on it now. We're going to change the front lower control arms. We're making a bit of clunking. Never been changed before, so let's get after it. Show you how I do it. Already jacked it up and taken the wheel off. We don't need to go over that again. Most people should know how to do that. Anyway, I'm John, and this is Out of Order Garage. So step one, take the cotter pin out. This is the lower ball joint on the driver's side, this 18 millimeter wrench. So just take the nut off, and then we'll split it with a pickle fork there. Be right back. All right, the next step is to drive the pickle fork in there. Cut. Okay, the next step is to drive the pickle fork in there. You don't pry down with the pickle fork or up. It's not gonna ever break it loose. You just drive in the end, and it uses a wedge action to pop the ball joint loose. Like so. And that's it, it's loose. Next, to get the rear mount off, 18 millimeter nut and 15 millimeter bolt. So we're gonna get that off and we'll be back. Well, to get to this front bolt, I gotta take all this plastic stuff out. So I got the little tool that grabs them in there and pulls. So let's get that and take out this plastic inner shield, and then we'll be back. It's pretty easy. You just line those things up. Well, okay. See, there we go. It pulls the center of that out. Well, in theory, here we go. It pops it right out, and then just put it all back together and you can reuse it. So there we go. Now we can get 21 millimeter. There's no room for a socket on there. We'll just do it the Armstrong method with the box end wrench. Got these Durlast wrenches from Amazon, whole set. Got double box end set and combination open end box end wrenches, and then a set of long double box wrenches, and got everything for $100. So we'll see how they last. They're working so far. All right, back when there's more. Got the splash shield out of the way. Now we can get the 21 millimeter wrench on there. There's not enough room for a socket. So got these Duratec wrenches from Amazon. Got a set of open end and box end, a set of offset double box end, and a set of long double box end off of Amazon for $100. They came in these little pouches. Seemed like a good deal. We'll see how they last and how they work out. So far, they're okay. A couple of weeks ago, we changed the sway bar end links. They were pretty easy. I didn't do a video on those, but just hold the center with a hex head socket and then turn the 18 millimeter nut. Curiously, the sizes of these center hex things were different than the original ones, so I needed two different bits. So aftermarket stuff is always a bit different. Pried the arm down a bit and it's out. So installation is the reverse of removal. We'll be back. two brand new control arms from Delphi. Here are the part numbers. This is the way to go. You get a brand new arm, new ball joint, new bushing, and this new bushing assembly in the back on each arm, and then bolt right in. So there's the new arm and the old arm side by side. Look at the pretty floppy ball joint on the old arm. They got over 350,000 miles on them, so I'm really surprised they lasted this long. But there was a lot of clunking going over bumps, so hopefully we'll address that. Looks like it's going to work best. Put the ball joint up in there, and then we're going to lift that up into place. See how that goes. Jacking up a little bit by the ball joint, really close to lining those two things up. We just got to push and pry a bit till we get the bolts in there. We'll be golden. So we got the one lined up by jacking up just the knuckle, not under the arm. And then these, to line them up, it's easier to drop one bolt down from the top, the one on the left, and get it lined up, and then put the other one in from the bottom. So that one on the left I have to turn around because the nuts are supposed to be on the top. So I'll turn that around, and then we'll attach the ball joint, and we should be good. And we got it. We're going to have to take the knuckle loose, and this will show us what we had for alignment so we can put it back together, because these are cam and bolts that hold this stuff together. Okay, so we had to take the knuckle loose from the strut, hold the arm down with a pry bar and a block of wood, but probably can't see it, but we got the ball joint attached. Let's put it all back together. These are the tools needed to change the front lower A-arms on your Saturn Vue, Chevy Equinox, or Pontiac Torrent. First, you need a way to get the wheels off. You need a 19mm socket and either a 1/2 inch ratchet or a 1/2 inch impact. And that's a 100 foot-pound torque stick to get the wheels back on with the correct torque. You don't use that to take the wheels off. Then you need a pair of pliers to get the cotter pin out of the lower ball joint. And to break the lower ball joint loose, you need a sledge and a pickle fork. And to get the rest of the bolts off, lower ball joint nut, 18mm. There's an open end / box end. And then to get the rest of the bolts out, there's an 18mm offset box, 21mm offset box, 15mm socket. Doesn't have to be a deep socket, but that's what I had. And then to line the new arms up, I like using a brass hammer because it doesn't mar, and a pry bar to get things in place. And lastly, I need a 19mm wrench because the nut with the replacement control arms was bigger. The original nut was 18, this was 19. And of course you need a jack stands, follow all the safety precautions. That's how I did it. Your results may vary. Thanks for watching.